Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock. Daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rokk. Oh no, I was using the studio mode. I was over there when I should have been over here, and happy Monday! Was that a bit too much for a Monday? I'm sorry. I hope you're having a good weekend. I mean, it's only a few hours later than the weekend, and if the weekend was good, then consider the rest of the week to be just as good. I hope you guys are well. I was caught me mid sort of setting up the old chit chat and all that malarkey. So if you can bear with me, fellas and fellaresses, for 2 seconds while I get this finally sorted. Oh, there he is. He's got his new thumbs and everything. God, this boy never stops, does he? He never ends. He's like a never-ending Derbyshire. Oh, don't talk to me, Rokk. Rock's talking to me there. You don't want that. Lo-Fi, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Simply Porn Gaming. Hello, Rokk in chat. Hope you're all having it. Now, I know you're saying, Rokk, you haven't got it up on the screen. I know. I got a bit excited. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna have to just give you the more recent ones. I tell you what, before we get down to the day's business, shall I fire up the old giveaway? Shall you fire up the old giveaway there, Rokk? Aye, for sure. Here we go. It's Rokk's daily giveaway, and it has commenced. You know the raffle rules and routines. It's !win. Let me get that right there. It's all looking good. That's good, yeah, brilliant. That's happening. Right, let me get rid of that studio mode because it catches me out every time. What we got here? We got the chat for the YouTube chats in them. We got Pycons getting it in with the old Davids there. Hello, folks. Hello, my old mate. How are you, dude? We got Giga the Sneaker. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Miss T22. Oh, it's lovely to see all my friends a gathering around. Now, there's a few of you that have already sneaked your way over in a nice way to Twitch. So let me get the Twitch chat up, because sometimes, not much, not very often, but infrequently and sometimes, people actually stay in chat. Oh, look, there's my bevy of ASMR girls that pop up every time I go to Twitch. Let me skippy-doo past them a second and go and see that fella. There he is. There's old Rokk. Bless him. How are you doing today, Rokk? Rock's okay, actually. Yeah, I had a good weekend. Took my daughter back to uni yesterday. And I don't know, why can't I get that to do more that? Why is it not allowing me to do things that I wish to do? Let me hide it. Good old, there we are. Welcome if you're new to Rokk Around the Clock on a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. You're probably thinking, who is this clown? Why doesn't he get his stuff set up before? I know. I would sack him if it was up to me. Honestly, I wouldn't allow him to get away with it. But I don't know. I can't get the old chit chat going for. Oh, is it because it needs to be? Oh, someone's. Oh, there it is. It's because somebody put a little message at the top of the stream thing. I'm going to be with you any second now, folk. These are, by the way, if you're new, this chat, these guys, where are they? Over there. The best chat on any show, bar none. Trust me, they come every day armed with amazing positivity and happiness. And if you're feeling in any way down or just, in need of a little bit of a warming up because it's the beginning of the week, then these, my wonderful, wonderful chatsters, will keep you very, very happy. Where's my pop-out chat? Oh, there it is. Perfect. Right, now we're almost in business. I say almost. Let me just close that window. I didn't quite get to finish bringing up the wheels, but we'll get there. I'm gonna let it all go for now. There we go. Look, I've got chat as well for Twitch. Fantastic. Guys, let me just sit back. I'm going to have a little slight. I decided I'm going to sit back a bit rather than be full on and full up front. What do you think? Is this okay? Do you like this? Is it a good little position? I don't get to see much of me at this point, mind you. I'm a tiny little thumbnail off in the distance. But you don't get to see my horrible, wrinkly, aged, spotty face either. So it's all good. Win-win. Let's have a look and see what fantastic folk are in the chat today. a little bit of rhyming there for you. Pulling it out. Oh, did any of you happen to see the Friday night experiment? Which was like, well, it literally wasn't like, it was exactly 7.5 hours of club tunes on this here channel. It's kicked off very late in the morning, my time, that was about 1 a.m. And then it commenced at about 8:15 in the morning. And I was up with it for a couple of hours, and I went to bed and left it doing its own thing. But it was a bit of it was an experiment, hence the name. But I was thinking, there's nothing going on my channel. Wouldn't it be nice to play these beautiful tunes that I've licensed? And just leave them playing non-stop with some graphics and stuff, so that, if you're getting ready to go out on a Friday, or you're working out at the gym, as Adam Rouster was, or you're just thinking about, I could do with some decent music on. What's on the radio? Radio Rokk. It's there. I can't remember. I haven't looked at the moment how many people watched it. Live, there weren't that many. There was maybe, at the odd occasion, 2 or 3 popped in. But to be fair to myself, I hadn't promoted it at all because it was on a whim. So if it kind of turns out to be good and people like it, overall, then I might do more of it. What do you reckon? Let me know. If you haven't seen it, check it out. You do have to dig for it because I haven't created a playlist. Look, I let more light in on the situation there. I hope that's not too glaring. Let me get myself orange. We could go full Donald Trump though. Look at that. Look at that full Donald Trump. Or we could come back to more of a European shade of white. There we go. That's probably better, isn't it? So yeah, I'm intrigued and interested to know what you guys think. I know it's got nothing to do with gaming, but I don't see my channel. I don't see my channel as being 100% gaming anyway. The stuff I do is because it's kind of what I know and love and enjoy. But there's no reason why it can't be content in there that isn't. So if you like the idea, if you like the concept, and it's kind of working, then let me know, folk, and I might just do it again. But if I do it again on this Friday, I will expand on the whole kind of graphics and add more in and make it more dynamic and interesting. But there you go. Let's say hello to some of you lovely folk. So William's in with the win, good man. And and there's Demi. Oh no, hang on, it's Ray. Problem number 1 with me sitting this far away from the screen. I'm sat 5 feet from the monitor. For a man of my decrepitness, that's it's actually a bit of a pain, but it's okay. It's Ray, and it's Ray saying hello, Rokk. Hello, my friend. Hope you're well. Metal Wolf, great to see you, dude. Rokk is the consummate professional. Woo! Thank you, consummate professional YouTuber. I know you were being sarcastic, but I will take it because out of context and some minutes after the original conversation, people watching this are going to say, what a lovely thing to say. Because he's a consummate. That's what he is. Professional, maybe that's a stretch. The draw has now ended. How could the draw have ended? We've got 33 minutes left. Oh, that was earlier. I think that was earlier. I hope it is. According to me, we've got 32 minutes and 50 seconds left of the draw. So don't you be falling for what that old Streamlabs is telling you guys. You get your exclamation mark wins in. And I can see them. At the moment. We've got PyCon ×2, Twitch and YouTube. We've got Al Davis, how are you, my dude? Geek to Sneak, Miss T22 ×2, once with Twitch. Simply Porn Gaming ×2, not because he did Twitch, but because he's a canny member. Yes, he's a Team Rokk member, so he knew if he went in there with this already, he's automatically entered as a Team Rokk member. So he's in twice already. Good on you, my friend. Curly Davis is in there. He's in Twitch. He may well come along and enter one into YouTube as well. Ray3473, which is Ray, my good friend Ray's Twitch name. So Ray's got in there. He's also a member. So Ray's in there now as well, twice. Eddie from ER Gaming fame, he's in as a YouTuber, Eddie Rick. I've assumed it's the same person with his different Twitch name. He's gone in there. Winstar715, Just Being Bruce. How are you, Bruce? K-Spore UK, Demi-Goddess of Gaming. So it's working. Don't you listen to that It's Ended thing, because it's absolutely working. And annoyingly, I think over on Twitch, it probably says that I'm playing Evil West. I try and get these things changed. But it's a thing that Twitch does, and it annoys me. I wish if you didn't specify a title, rather than choose the last one you did, I wish it would just use a default one, because there is an option for a default one, which is just something like Rokk's game streaming or something. I could just put, Rokk is streaming. But instead it draws the last one, and that's annoying because people looking for me streaming Evil West, which I did do, it's up on YouTube as well as Twitch from the weekend. It was great fun, I loved it. But people now actually searching for Evil West are going to be disappointed. They're going to get Evil Rokk instead. They're going to complain to the management, and I'm going to get all sorts of terrible shenanigans are happening. Good afternoon, rock stars. Hey, Curly, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. I might have to, it was a great idea that I had to sit this far back, but hang on. I might just have to come forward a bit, just half a foot. There we are. That's probably the de facto comfort spot there, because now I can read everything with comfort and without the need for special glasses. Curly's good to see you, my friend. Good afternoon, and I hope you had a good weekend as well. Seeing as it's Monday the 9th of January, let me just get the, hang on a minute. Oh, it's all good. Consummate professional, who said that? There we go, it's better. Ah, there you go, get the full face. I also want to make sure while I'm here, let me just check the filters on the music. Ducking is on. Yeah, it's ducking on though. One theory it is. Oh, here it is, right, okay. Output gain, threshold. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. There we go. I'm going to have to work on that actually. I think it's the settings have changed. They're not really changing. Ducking, for those of you that are wondering what the hell I'm talking about. That's better. Ducking is the technical term in the industry, not necessarily this one, but just in video and audio, for automatically reducing the audio when somebody talks. So you hear it often in radio, music radio. So as I talk, the music goes down, and then when I release, it kind of goes up. Now I've just messed about with the settings, so it's probably a little quieter now, which is not what you guys really want. So let me turn that up, turn the threshold. That should work. Yeah, work. I'm just checking it. I don't normally say work. I'm a man of range, though. That's better. It's the threshold. Right, okay, so if I take the threshold back, there's a load of settings to get it right. So now you see, as I talk, the music disappears completely, and then it comes back. Right, so we get up to about there. Right, I am a man of range. I can do the baritone. You see, that's it's actually a little skill. Not many singers can do that. PyCon, good on you, my friend. Get in with the exclamation mark win. Is the stream lagging for anyone else, or is it my connection? Well, I'd hope that it's you. When you say lagging, do you mean between the audio and my lips? Or do you mean you're watching it and it's quite old? Let me put on the audio. Hang on a second. Yeah, there's a little bit. I would say it's less than a second, though. It's maybe milliseconds, I would say. But I tell you one way we could cure that, actually. Let me just flip to a different... let me get out of studio mode. And now let me just flip to... say Wheel of Fortune. Hang on. Hello! It's Wheel of Fortune. If I go back to welcome, that might have solved it. There's some weird stuff I've had with YouTube, not YouTube, but OBS just recently. And I know there was an update to OBS just before I came in. And then there's a professional word of wisdom here. Never, ever update anything just before you go in live. I have done that in the past. It has bitten me royally on the proverbial. So no, you don't want to be doing that. Hopefully, Curly, that solved it for you. If it didn't, my apologies, my friend. But I am... the thing to do is not to look at my eyes. Don't look at my mouth, look at my eyes, or my headset, or the logo in the corner. That one over there. Ray's back. How are you, my friend? I don't know how far behind I am, so my apologies on this. Let me see if I can catch up with you. Eddie saying evening, rock and chat. Happy Monday. Do you remember the Happy Mondays? They were a good band. Make yourself comfortable, says Curly. Well, thank you, my friend. I am feeling quite comfortable. You can see my leather chair that I wear. I'm unusual with all streamers, both game and non-game, in that I use this leather chair. And there's a reason for it, because I've been through the gamut of gaming chairs, and I'm talking the royal, expensive $500 a chair job, and they're rubbish. In fact, there was a recent video I watched on YouTube. It was quite good, and I forget who it was, but this guy... he did a review of all the top gaming chairs. Was it? I don't think it was Linus Tech Tips, but it was at that level. And he was showing how it was so easy to make your own chair, commission your own chair from the same factory all of these come from. And all they do is switch out and they're not even as comfortable as office chairs. They did a kind of a litmus test, and a whole bunch of folk tested all these top-of-the-range chairs. You know the ones I'm talking about, Secret Labs and all those. And the basic office chairs that he got from Amazon got the highest marks. And I've tried them all, and they all just give me dyscoxic issues. That's the base of your spine, nothing else. So I bought this puppy. And I find it the most comfortable chair I've ever owned, and I wouldn't go back to any other. And I highly recommend anyone else doing the same thing. It didn't even cost me as much as that Secret Labs chair either. But a fab experiment. Great idea. Thank you, Demi. Did you watch it? I just kind of felt like I'm going to use some dead air. There's dead air on most, my channel full stop when I finish, which invariably is in an hour's time on this show. And on Thursdays a little bit later with rock players. But I just kind of feel like, you know what, there's dead air, there's dead space to be used. And it doesn't have to be a show that people have to watch. It could just be in the background, a little bit of music. I do have my Deeply Relaxing Videos channel, which you guys may not be aware of. There's a link at the base of the main homepage for this YouTube channel. And that's quite a few videos. Some of them are 8 hours in length of really relaxing music and visuals. 1 or 2 of them I'm doing a kind of an ASMR hypnotic thing, which is worth listening to, particularly if you're struggling to get to sleep. But I didn't want to do that here. I wanted to do the opposite. I wanted to do some really banging tunes of this caliber, which is exactly what I did. So give it a check out and see what we think. More Americans, every shade more orange. Yeah, more Americana, every shade more orange. It's funny, isn't it, the old orange thing? Hey, Rokk! How are you, Bruce? How are you, my friend? How's life up in Canada? I hope you're doing well, my dude. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you all had a great weekend. What have you been up to? Come on! Last week we did Where Are You? That was a really good session. It's one of my favourite shows. Let's find out what you guys were doing at the weekend. So I took my daughter back to university. We picked up my youngest daughter's boyfriend. We all went for a fantastic world buffet meal. Where, because I'm on my keto, I stuck with the beef and the chicken and the vegetables. That was delicious. And then Saturday, I watched my rugby team to have a really good win, so that was good. I didn't go and see them live. I did have tickets, but I think I may have mentioned this last week. I couldn't get anybody together in time. So I watched them on telly. Ninja says you can set up the game before you start streaming, but it's not convenient. But did I miss something now? I'm really sorry. I'm good to see you, Ninja, by the way. Thank you so much, dude. I popped in and said hi. On Ninja streams, for the record, Ninja streams before this show. So if you're at a loose end, go and watch my friend every day. In fact, what a fantastic lineup of content. So it's like a bookend. So you have Ninja Guy X, who does first look game streams. He does developer interviews. Lovely guy, very, very friendly, positive guy. So he's like on par with this channel. And then you have me. We do our thing as I unprofessionally bash the mic and stuff. And then following the show, you've got Simply Porn Gaming, who is a gamer par pro excellence. A little bit rude, a little bit sweary, but he might have to temper that given the recent YouTube changes. But this guy knows his games inside out. So if you want to go and get some pro tips, maybe jump into some of William's multiplayer community stuff, he's your man. So there you go. Scarmy, did I just see that Scarmy was in the house? Did I miss that? Is young John in the house? I've got to go back up now. Just to let you know, if anybody said hi before I went live or just while we were starting the stream, my apologies, but I didn't have this chat thing working, so I don't get to see it until after. So please accept my sincerest apologies. I'm trying to whip through this chat quick because I've got some news today, guys. Not much. I don't want to overhype it. It's like 2 bits of news, really. But Scarmy in the house, question mark. I missed it. Well, if you're here, John, how are you, my friend? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. And that goes for anybody that jumped in initially. Liam's here. How are you, Liam? Good to see you. How's everyone starting the week, says David. Dragon Emma. What a fantastic. Oh, look at that. And it is. It's like one of those kimono dragon-looking lizard things. Fantastic. In with the exclamation mark, Win. Good on ya. Good on ya. How are we doing, actually? Better go and have a little peepers, hadn't I? We've got 22 minutes left, so you've got a fair bit of time. And we're up to 21, plus, of course, members. Big Steve's in there. How are you, Steve? Curly, of course. Tracy, Moonlit on the way. She's in there twice. Dragon Emma, well done. Demi-Goddess of Gaming. I'm just going to go live over here at YouTube and see how I... Yeah, that looks like it caught up. We kill it. We don't need it. It just adds to the processing. William, what is the showcase? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is. What is it? I don't know. I need to get myself a good comfy office chair. Honestly, get one of these things, mate. Don't bother with those cheap things with the rubbery handles for the arms and all that 4D arms and rubbish. It's hype. Nobody needs it. Nobody needs one of those gaming looking chairs. Just get for comfort. I bought this. It's got one of the flips up at the bottom so you can put your leggies on it if you want to, and you can lean it back. It's I don't know if it's real leather. They said it was, but I don't think it is. I don't know if it is or it isn't, but I'm not 100% sure that it is. Sorry I'm late, says Tracy. Oh, you're always welcome. I hope you had a lovely weekend. Excuse me. Little coughette. Curly's in. Dre's in the house. Hello, Dre. Good to see you, my friend. How is life in Spain? I'm only coughing because the water went down the wrong end. Sorry about that. Well, not the wrong end. More the wrong pipe. Tacos tonight, Rokk. Oh, I can't be having no tacos, mate. No, because it's carbs, you see. Got to cut the carbs out. Cut the carbs and the sugar. And in a month, you'll lose 6 to 14 pounds. Easy peasy. No worries at all. Oh, no. Oh, the heating's on full as well. Oh, welcome to my little world. Oh, Demi saw Avatar 2. Fabulous movie. Oh, you're the first person that has given me a review of it. So I'm really excited to learn that. Tell us more. Was it better or on a par with the first Avatar? Was it a better story? Did you feel that the CGI had gone up a notch? Because the thing that worried me, and I've said it before when we reviewed the trailer on Renaissance Men, was that it looked kind of on a par with CGI that we see in games these days. And being a gamer and being really familiar with gaming stuff, I was sort of thinking, oh, what more? I want it to be really realistic. Well, this is embarrassing. Scarred throat, sorry. For example, Evil West, which I've been playing over the weekend, the most amazing cinematics, really gorgeous, great graphics. Appreciate it, Rokk. Oh, you did it for me, my friend. Ninja is good people, says, yeah, he is. And there is Renaissance Men. Just a fantastic show on Friday. I've missed my boys. They are so funny. They are genuinely funny. They did a piece on the walrus. Wow, I haven't had this since Christmas. It's not a proper cough either. It's just fluids went down my breathing pipe. We did a piece on the walrus that stopped the New Year's celebrations. You're either going to know or you're not as to why. But you got to watch their shows towards the end. Hilarious. I was in stitches. Where are we? Al Davis got in there somewhere as well. Al's here. I just passed my driving theory test. Oh, well done, dude. Of course, these days, they have it in two parts, don't they? The theory and the actual driving test in the UK. When I took my test, they were all one. So you'd go out with the instructor for an hour, I don't know, half an hour, whatever. And then he'd take you back to where he picked you up and he'd flip open his book and he'd point to all these various pages. And you answered half a dozen questions and got told if you'd passed or not. I passed first time. I was quite happy with that. Although it's different now. I think it's different because I'm just on the take. It's all about the money. That's what I think it is. I don't think they needed to do it separately at all. Anyway, good luck with, I don't know if do you do your theory last? Or is the theory before the actual driving test? Is this your first or your last test, I guess is what I'm saying. Well, I hope you do as well with your main test, my friend. Absolutely superb. Well done, dude. I haven't got the chance to see it yet myself, says Tracy. That's Avatar. The, what was it called again? The thing with water? Avatar with added water. Ah, there he is. Yes, sir. John. Hello, Mr. Scar, sir. Hello, Mr. Scar, sir. How are you, dude? I hope you're well. SPG, Forscars, says Forscars. He's actually smiling at himself. Monsieur Scar says a fellow Canadian. GBCA. What, like Great Britain, Canada? Is that what it's all about? Happy Monday, Steve. How are you, dude? You can see how far behind I am because I was announcing you in the Streamlabs, which is 16 minutes left, guys, before you get your chance at winning a game today. Rokk is drinking on the job. Yeah, I am. It is water with an added concentrate of what I think is passion fruit, but I'm not 100% sure. It's quite nice. But yes, it is. It's all it is. I promise you. I haven't drunk alcohol in years. I'm just not interested. It's not that I ever had a problem with alcohol. Some people love it. Some people can take or leave it. I can absolutely leave it. It's never been of any great interest to me. Even when I was a young'un and every other young'un I knew was hammering them back, it didn't really bother me. I would hit the old Alco Pops because I like the taste and nothing else. I'm going to buy a gaming folding chair. They're the best. This is what you want, one of these, dude. Honestly, sure water. No, it is. How can I prove it? Because if I try and pour it so that you can see it, I'm going to miss my mouth. It's going to go everywhere, but it genuinely is. Just going to have to trust me. That's just how it's going to work. Sorry, I've watched the new Puss in Boots. Oh, I heard about this. I was very surprised at the quality of the 3D animation and combat in the movie. As in, not good, really good, could have been a lot better. Is it still Antonio Banderas as the Puss, Les Puss? I thought it was a great story. Demi's back on Avatar. Yep, CGI improved, in my opinion. I loved the water scenes. Really fantastic. Do you know, I believe I'm right in saying it's coming to Disney in the summer. So I'm going to hang out and watch it on there. I'm going to hold out, and watch it then. Because I've sort of not really been to the cinema for quite some time now. And I used to go all the time. When I was a kid, I'd go to what I then called the pictures 2, 3, 4 times a week. I adored the cinema. I was absolutely in love with it. And there were certain movies like Orca, the killer whale, which I adored and I would go and see. I loved science fiction. Star Wars I saw a million times. Yep, I was there, folks, 1977, age 10, outside the theatre, waiting to go in and see Star Wars for the first time. Oh, Demi saw it in an IMAX. Well, that's going to make a difference, isn't it? 3D. Was it a full wraparound IMAX? The only decent IMAX I ever went to was in Vancouver Island. I can't even remember what we saw. It might just have been like Here is IMAX type of thing. I also loved, when you go to, what's it called? Epcot Centre in Disney. And I always do this. I go to the Canadian part, that beautiful Canadian part. And they have this big wraparound movie. It's called Oh Canada, I think. And you sort of stand against guardrails in the middle, and then the whole thing's going on. I think it's getting on a bit now. They may have updated it since I last went there. But certainly when I went there last, it still looked amazing. But it had been filmed quite some time before. And it didn't really matter because, it's great, amazing scenery and stuff. But the guy that did the hosting, I've seen him recently. He's a lot older now. But I love that Oh Canada presentation at Epcot Centre. Flipping good. It's flipping good. Rokk Show! How are you, Ant? I bought my tickets to go see Avatar this Saturday in 4DX. So that will be with added water in your face, basically. Good luck with that. The seats move and you have sense and water. Yeah, I went to see Top Gun Maverick with that, and I wish I'd just gone ordinary. Flipping heck. Here he goes under a puddle. Oh, cheers, Tom. Let me see. Sorry, Anne. Yeah, water splash on you and the chairs vibrate. Had all that. Yeah, no. Keep it, dude. Have fun with that. Actually, Avatar with added water is probably the movie where you're going to get most value from that. But I've got to be honest, I didn't really enjoy Maverick. My wife loved it, Tom, but she loved the first one, and I just felt it was a bit, it was all a bit plasticky. 11 minutes left, you lovely, lovely people, to get your exclamation mark wins in. We have 22 tickets. And that includes people that have gone to Twitch, and there are 25 watching. So there's a chunk of you that haven't entered. Doesn't matter, even if you're a member, you get on the board times the amount of times you enter. So key in and do it. Nice, says Demi. I saw someone similar like that. I saw something similar, bless your pardon, at Universal Studios. Yeah. I mean, they have them at the studios, Bugs Life and all that kind of thing, don't they? But I wasn't so sure myself with Tom in his big old plane. I wonder if that's a metaphor, because he is notoriously fairly short, Tom, isn't he? Amazing actor. I think he's a brilliant actor. An amazing director. An amazing producer. I listened the other day to, I'm trying to think who it was. It might have been Zemeckis. It was one of the big directors. And he was talking, it was the guy that did Maverick. Was that Zemeckis? Anyway, he said the thing about Tom Cruise, which was the same when he first did Top Gun, when he was fairly fresh, hadn't done a great deal. He said the thing that was amazing was he wanted to be in on all the business. He was like a sponge. He wanted to know how it all worked, how the cameras worked, how the direction worked, how they marketed. everything. And he said he's like that even today on every movie he's involved with. He just is passionate about the production of movie making. Which is, he does all his own stunts. I mean, the guy's just a legend, isn't he? But I do wonder whether those huge, massive battleships are a metaphor, a kind of making up for his diminutive stature. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. I'm not so sure about his religious beliefs, but where did I get to? Ninja, I really like Puss in Boots. Same voice. Okay, so it was Antonio Banderas. Yes, says Metal Wolf. I tell you what, my favourite Antonio Banderas performance was in Madonna's Evita. It's a few years old now, but he was great in that. That's a great film. It's a great musical. It's the best thing Madonna ever did. Ever. Absolutely brilliant. Demi, it reminds me of the Spider-Man ride in Universal Studios. Yes, that's for sure. Stadia VR coming January the 18th. I knew it'd have to be Ron. I read the message and then I read who it was. It was the old slush puppy. Good on you, my friend. Oh, we're next week now, aren't we? Where are we? 15, 16, Wednesday next week. Final day. They kind of implied that there would still be some level of activity after, didn't they? Or was it completely good night, Vienna? So it's my birthday on Saturday. It's a bit of a downer, really. At least it wasn't on my birthday. Tracy says, you would love Universal Studios. I have been several times, Tracy. I think I said last week, Florida. We've been to Florida loads of times, as Brits often have, but it was a lot cheaper. There was a time we'd go over and the pound was like, you'd get twice the amount of money for the dollar. So, it was like 50% off everywhere. Now it's almost on a par. I don't know that we could afford to go now, to be honest. We'll see. I mean, it's in Disney and Florida's interest to make it affordable because, you want your tourists. So there's probably deals to be done, but we definitely won't be going at the moment. I think whilst COVID is still very much a thing, and I don't know about in the States, but it certainly is over here in the UK. I know so many people either with it or having gone down with it recently. So yeah, it's very much on the rise. And I think until we get to a point where we've either just built enough immunity in and of ourselves, or we've got the inoculations to a point where they're fine. I think we're probably going to avoid doing any major breaks anywhere, any major international holidays. Sorry, I just wondered whether there was a power lead. There's a bit of a crackle in my ears as well. I'm not sure if it's why you were getting the delay. Primo, good to see you, my friend. That's Trey. But Primo's definitely in the background here because he's just received a ticket. So thank you for popping in. There he is. There he is doing his little exclamation mark win. Good to see you, my friend. Barclay also. Guten Abend, mein Freund. Good to see you, buddy. Tom Cruise is a maniac with doing all his own stunts. I agree. I mean, the guy is, but he's so fit. I saw a preview to his new movie coming out. I saw something with him recently. I think it was a YouTube video. And they said they analysed him running. Because he runs in all his movies. I don't think there's a movie that Tom Cruise has done where he's not running right. And they had international coaches, athletics coaches, analyse the video. And they said that the speed and his kind of body positioning was akin to a top athlete, and if he ran like that in an athletics situation, he would definitely be a very fast marathon runner at least, and probably be a very top class athlete, which I thought was interesting. In fact, they said it was so good that he must have received proper training for it. It's not something that you're born with, you get trained at that level, which I thought was... I wouldn't be surprised at all, if you're going to be running and doing that thing. He made quite a good Bond, wouldn't he? I don't have a problem with an American Bond. I don't have a problem with anybody being Bond, but he would make a good Bond. And I suppose his Bond is Mission Impossible. I mean, he kind of brought that out as an alternative to Bond, didn't he? So he'd probably say, nah, I make all the money, I don't need to give it to the broccolis. Did you know... Cubby Broccoli's father was the guy that came up with the vegetable broccoli. He actually bred this thing, which is kind of some derivative of a cabbage. It is true. The broccoli family. What do you have against short guys? Nothing, my friend. And particularly you. You know I have a man crush on you. You lovely, hunky little fellow. Soaring around the world at Disneyland is pretty sweet. Soaring, I love that. I've been on that one a few times. When you come off the ground and then you're surrounded. They do an Avatar one as well now, don't they? If you go into the Avatar experience, you can go on one there. Unfortunately for me, I sat right at the very end and you don't get quite the same experience if you're sitting in the centre of the Avatar soaring. It's the same mechanics, it's Avatar. Jem, thank you, my friend. I hope you're keeping well. Happy birthday in advance. Bless you. I'll be 56, Jem. What's to celebrate when you're 4 years away from being 60? I'm older than most of your parents, for God's sake. Jeff, where was Jeff? What did I miss with Jeff? I didn't see Jeff come in. It's the trouble. Did you mean LOL Jem? This is the trouble. As I work my way down the chat, I do often miss you guys, but I don't mean to. I try and say hello to everybody. John Doe. Howdy. John Doe. Awesome name. Oh, yeah. So I'm on season 4.5 of Fear the Walking Dead. Oh, it changed at season 4. I knew that was going to happen. I was loving it. I loved the whole, the family thing with Nick and Alicia and Madison. And then it changed. I knew that was going to happen at some point. I thought, they do it, don't they? They did it with The Walking Dead. You get so far and then they almost, and Game of Thrones, they decide just to have a kind of cull of the characters. So the first couple of episodes, I was a bit miffed. I'm warming up now because they've got Morgan, who is played by the amazing, we had this conversation last week, I've already forgotten his name. Anyway, him, brilliant actor, UK English actor. I was surprised how many of these guys were English, actually. Nick is English, Alicia's Australian. The two brothers from the ranch, if you've seen it, both English. Obviously a whole lot of it's filmed in Mexico. I think this is in essence, it was an exercise in how cheaply can we film this thing. We'll bring in a bunch of international artists, we'll film it in Mexico. I'm sure that was the deal. I've loved it. Anyway, it's warming up again now. I've kind of fluttered in and out, so I need to get back on it, but that was all cool. Curly wants to go back to the US. Unfortunately, can't justify it right now with everything else going on with the aftermath of COVID. Yeah, that's the big deal for us, mate, if I'm honest. Plus, the dollar, the UK at the moment is 122. So, as I've said, at one point we were almost on par. Now, it's like 70, like 22% difference. It's hardly worth it. Taught myself with practice to run a 7-minute mile on the treadmill. It's pretty good for a non-runner. Yeah, but get out on the road, dude. Anybody can run on a treadmill. I've done it in 2 years. Get out on the road. If you want to know what it's like, that's where you got to show the skills, dude. I was hoping it would be Idris Elba. I love Idris Elba. Would toss his hat in the Bond ring, but he said he doesn't want the role. He's doing so well without it, isn't he? Really. He's internationally known. He can have any role he wants. He's also a really accomplished DJ. He's just amazing. And of course he's been around since The Wire, where he was absolutely amazing. I loved The Wire. But I'm a massive fan of Idris Elba. I agree, he would have made a great Bond. I'm still sticking out for the guy that played Jamie in Outlander. I'm still sticking out for the next season of Outlander. They flipping moved it from Amazon to Stars, so I've got to pay for a couple of months of Stars to watch it. I was thinking you're in your 40s. I know, Jem. Thank you very much, my friend. It's all about what's in this bottle. No, I'm 55. 1967, January the 14th. And it's all my real hair and real hair colour, I hasten to add as well. It's just something in the old genes, but I don't know what's going to happen. I doubt I'm going to see my full 125. My Twitch stream, hello geek, my Twitch stream keeps freezing, so I'm back on YouTube. I'm sorry about that, my friend. It's going through OBS. As I said earlier, OBS has been causing me a few issues. I've been using EVMux for Rokk Show and Rokk Players starting last week. It's only been around a year, but it's kind of Melon, StreamYard, Restream meets Streamlabs OBS. And I really, really like it. It's only been around a year. The guys are coming up with new features every week and fixes. They're really receptive to comms, and the quality of the stream par excellence. However, like all of those things, there's no plugins, so I can't use my Larry the Laptop plugins. Which, in fact, you know what? We've got 2.5 minutes left, guys, on the game. Let me get us over to Larry, because we've got a little bit of news, not much, but we may as well go and have a look at it. Here he is. Now, you see here on old Larry, we've got the 3D, got the 3D laptop with the screen, and we've got the reflection in the bottom there. So we've got it all going on. I can't do that anywhere but OBS, not even Streamlabs, because them blighters don't have plugins other than their own either. But I would use EVMux, and I may, if I decide just to ditch Larry completely, or have Larry but maybe not in the same kind of side-on 3D thing, then I may just go to EVMux, to be honest with you. If I continue to get some OBS issues, and I'm thinking it's more OBS than anything, because I've got the processor, I've got the internet, there's no real massive issue. The only downside is with all of these, with EVMux it's fixed at 1080. This is 1440, the stream you're getting right now, but you don't really need 1440. I don't know how many of you are watching me on a small screen mobile device. I would argue probably most of you, in which case 1440 is really for my own vanity than anything else. So Curly was having Twitch issues too. That's a shame. I'm sorry about that, my friend. It says you can no longer enter the draw, and it is correct. Let me just check on that. Yeah, okay, cool. It is zeroed. We've got 27 entries, 28 watching, which is awesome. I'm quickly going to finish the chat. The news, may as well get it out of the way. There wasn't much to it. So a little bit of an interesting one. It looks as if, and I think it's a little bit of a slow news day speculator, this one. Let me zoom in a bit. It looks like potentially Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, as we recently discovered they're actually called by the company themselves, are looking to roll out a tier structure. So right now, if you get Ubisoft Plus, you're paying between, depending where you are, it's about £15, actually maybe £12.99, I can't remember. Anyway, it's between £12 and $20, and it's a one-off payment per month, and it gets you your games on PC and wherever else it lives. They did have a different price model which included cloud, but it looks as if they're going to roll this out by splitting it into 3: Gold, Deluxe and Ultimate, which is interesting. Nothing in this news whatsoever about what they would be, because this was simply off the back of a GOG survey which said, which of the following services or plans, if any, do you subscribe to? And then down here, they've broken Ubisoft into 3. Now, they may have ballsed up. They may just simply have got it wrong, but I don't know. It's one of those, well, why would they say that? I wouldn't be surprised. You know, Ubisoft, there's a few things going on behind the scenes with Ubisoft. I'm sure they're looking at their own cloud service, and I'm sure they've been looking at that with Stadia for some time, or at least with the Stadia tech. On top of that, there's no new content. I mean, we know there's nothing major coming out now until at least later in the spring. So, you know, maybe they've either got to increase the amount of content they throw out there, which I can't see them doing, which is amazing given how many thousands of developers they employ. Or they've got to look at an alternative tier structure, which is maybe Gold buys you for $6 a month access to everything up until 2 years ago. as a for instance. So, if you've got Ubisoft Plus, but you're only really playing the older games like Anno and some of the older Far Cry's and stuff, you downgrade. Fed up with waiting, I'm not going to go with the newer stuff. I'm going to downgrade to $6 a month and just play the older games. Makes sense from Ubisoft's perspective because they still have revenue and they still have you in the mix, right? Makes sense from a consumer perspective. You're not paying the full amount, but you get access to those older titles, and there's loads in there. That would then put Deluxe and Ultimate in the bag. Now, Deluxe at that point could be all of the retro stuff plus the newer stuff, but not access to their forthcoming cloud service, which would make Ultimate. So I can envisage a kind of walled garden scenario here, where Ultimate gives you a bit like PlayStation Plus Premium, so you get access to all their content, old and new. Yay! Thanks, Geek to Sneak. Bless you, my friend. $5. I love Ubisoft more than ever before, says Geek. They definitely did not have to provide us our Stadia games. No, this is absolutely true. They were brilliant there on PC, and I appreciate them. I've always loved them. They've always been my favourite studio. Absolutely. And we have in the chat very often, I think he might be in tonight, our very own Ubisoft developer, I think working for Massive Games. I don't know, sorry if you are here and I've missed you, but no, I love them, absolutely. I'm not going to knock them at all. I'm just saying I think they're probably laying the ground here for their own service. So you would have, I'm making this up, $6-7 a month for the retro stuff. Deluxe, let's call it $11.99, maybe a bit more, which gets you all their content. And then Ultimate, which is maybe an extra $4, which gets you it and in their cloud setup. I'm making it up because I can't think how else they'd break it up, but that's a possibility, isn't it? That's why I wanted to cover it in the news, because that kind of makes sense for me. Kind of makes sense. Just a Twitch issue, says Curly. Okay, my friend, thank you. I don't know why. I'll have a look. I use a third-party app to export to Twitch at the same time, so I'll just check the prefs. And thank you so much for that, Geek. I really appreciate that, my friend. Bless you. There's a new season of Luther coming. Do you know, I've never watched Luther. That's an Idris Elba, isn't it? Yeah, I've never... I hear that he's excellent in it, but I'm not surprised at all. The 7-minute mile is pretty tough. I used to run on the tread all the time. The problem I had was when I went out on Tut Road, as I did for a bit, I ended up with damaging the base of my foot. And it stopped me from running for a long time. So, yeah, you're safer on the old treadmill, dude. But Luther would be cool. Still young. Oh, bless you, Demi. Yeah, I'd like to. It's relative, isn't it? You are as young as you feel, as they say. And I still feel like I'm 25. I act like it, that's for sure. Anyway, that's coming up. The publisher announced the new subscription service E3 29. That was in September. But if GOG are whacking it out now, it's got to be soon. Additionally, Ubisoft revealed plans to make Ubisoft Plus available on consoles. Yeah, so it's supposed to be coming to Xbox and PlayStation. They've sort of released a few games in prep, but they and them alone can decide on whether or not they want to reverse that. They may still continue to add that stuff, but they may also provide their own tiered services, which they do, of course. And those may still be available through those services, which, they give PlayStation, Sony, Microsoft, Xbox a kickback. That may still happen. News. There was only one other, really. That was that If This Is Your Thing, The Settlers, New Allies. This is a Ubisoft game, by the way. This was first announced in 2018. This is the only thing that worries me. There's a good argument for taking time, no question. Nobody wants to hear of crunch in a studio, of developers being whipped to work all sorts of hours. And I mean, I own a software company, so I know that sometimes happens. I have to be honest. we haven't worked any kind of pizza night stuff for years now. We prefer to go back to the client and tell them that it ain't going to happen. I've got a massive thing in my business that clients don't mind if it's good or bad news. They just want news, right? It's the lack of communications that clients hate. So if something's taking longer and there's a plausible reason, we'd rather go back to the client and say it's taking longer. And half the time it's because the clients have deviated from the original spec, and there's all that kind of stuff. So the problem with games is that you have to gear up your marketing. So they will say this game is going live in April 2023, and then they work around the clock to get it to that point. So what a lot of studios are doing now is saying, let's just not give it a date. Let's just call it fourth quarter until we absolutely know. The problem is that having now gone down that road, they've relaxed on all games. Now, for most studios, that's not an issue. But if you're selling a service that is based on playing content and getting day-and-date releases and all that stuff, and you have this huge gap of almost 8-9 months, maybe a year before you get any new content, you're going to get people unsubscribe. And this is the problem these guys are at. Rokk Show, PlayStation Plus already has Ubisoft Classic, which is included. Yes, it does, but you're right. But there's only like not many games, are there, with PlayStation Plus, and it had 50 Ubisoft games added last year. Yeah, they're building it up, but I don't think you can access those games if you have Ubisoft Plus, and I think you only access them if you have a PlayStation subscription. If you go in and try and access them with your Ubisoft Plus, they just tell you to get stuffed. Whereas, of course, with Stadia and GeForce Now, you accessed them because you paid Ubisoft. See the difference? So I don't know, therefore, it might be the reverse business model, you see. So with Sony, it might be a case of them saying, we'll do it this way. You put a whole ton of games in, and we'll call it Ubisoft Classic, and then when they're played, we'll give you tuppence halfpenny, 25 cents per play, which is a bit like Amazon, I'm guessing. Amazon Luna did, or do, with their Ubisoft channel, which is the reverse, of course, of what Stadia and GeForce Now happens with those guys. I don't even know if GeForce Now gets anything from Ubisoft. Stadia would have got some kickback from the subscription. And it may well be that Ubisoft have revised the model and want to go it the other way around. I don't know. But I do suspect there are changes afoot with their model, as I believe will be the case with Amazon Luna as well, as I believe will be the case with PlayStation. I think they've all come out with models that haven't quite worked, and I think they're going to be tweaking them. Geeks, I just started using PlayStation Premium on PC. It needs work. Does it? Yeah, I've not tried it on PC. I think the PC app is pants. Ant will back me up on this, I think. I don't know in terms of the service. Are you downloading games or do you play them on the cloud? 7 out of 10. That's a shame, isn't it? Anyway, look, The Settlers, new allies, first announced 2018. Now they've announced, then announced a March 2022. You see my point here. They're now saying, I think Feb 17th. Fans of the franchise, late November, so the game will be released on February 17th. Now we've got a little confirmation, that's actually coming true via the game's official system requirements. And the official system requirements, I assume, say, let's have a little look. Software big sale. No, it's not that one. I can't find it now. I thought it said Feb 17th was the confirmed date. Don't know. Anyway, it's coming. If that's your thing, have fun. I'm going to let you talk amongst yourselves while I quickly set up the wheel. Le wheel. Only because I've got to pull it in, and I'm doing that as we speak. Oh, flippin'. That was the wrong one. You want the browser tab. Raise his eyebrows, makes him look younger. Entrance. Spin for a winner. There it is. Let's pull it in. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There it is. There it is. Brilliant. Right, so I've got to add the names in, but I'll do that when we're over in the actual Wheel of Fortune. Let me just try the other one, the games as well. Let's get the games in, guys. We'll do the same thing as last week. If you're okay with that, we'll do the 2 separate wheels. Rokk Show, Wheel of Fortune, Daily Games. There it is. Perfect. Good. Right. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, let me come out of studio mode. So, Barclay, PS Premium on PC, only in the cloud. Okay. I've never had any issues with cloud, but I play PlayStation Cloud via my PlayStation, and I'm not sure if there's a difference, in terms of whether or not it uses a different stream. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. That's a real shame to hear that, though. Yep, the PC app for PlayStation is a lot of work. You play the games on the cloud and it plays good, but the UI is very bad. Okay, yeah. They just don't care at the moment, if I'm honest. Primo, the quality's good, but the convenience is not great. Okay, that makes sense. The quality gradually declined after about an hour. So when I was playing God of War. Oh, Ragnarok, yeah, see, that's the thing, isn't it? Or God of War, the first one. Started off looking crispy. That's such a shame. I'm really sorry to hear that. Let's get over to the wheel. Oh, no, yes, I can add the names. I said that. I've already said that. Okay. Here we are. Different pace, chaps. The music calms down. I'm going to go and grab the names from the dashboard. We've got 27, so that's really good. It's a great bunch of names. Starting from Curly, who was first up. Good on you, my friend. All the way down here. Let's get... God, this is so inconvenient. I mean, it's not inconvenient. What I mean is the way they do it, that they don't allow you to export the names. Because it would be so easy if I could just do it as a CSV file. Right, got them. And then I could just enter them, and it would be so much easier. Let's get the names out. Let's whack them in. And I'll do a little shuffle as well. I'll do a little shuffle so that we don't end up with... Because the members are always in alphabetical, you see. So I'm pulling it all in. Just deleting the ones. You see that down the bottom right-hand corner? It's annoying. That's the amount of tickets purchased. And that would be somebody in the draw. We'd end up with somebody winning, and it would just be a number 1. Okay, there's many more. No thanks, whatever that was you wanted me to do. Almost there. Nearly there. Primo, I think, was done. No, simply, there was another Primo later then. Do you know, this is like an earworm, this music. When the show's finished, I always end up sort of singing it in my little head. Shuffle and hide. Right, we'll do this quickly because I've actually set the show up to automatically take you all to William tonight, just to see if I could get it to work. Here we go. So this will be your winner, and then the next one will be the game, and we'll check out the game. I don't need to do anything with the game. I can see we have had a 9% lag. There's no reason for that, I've got a 1 gig internet. Yeah, I'll have a check out. I'll update OBS and see if it helps. All right, who's it going to be? It's Al Davis, Neil Jenkins, Curly Davies, Granite T Rock. Or is it going to be Dragon Emma? First time in today. It's going to be Dragon Emma. There you go, look at that. First time in the chat, you see, beginner's luck. Now, Emma, or Ema, or Emma, beg your pardon, you are going to need to join my Discord. This is how this works. You join my Discord, there's a link in the chat. You then go, hi, Rokk. Just send me a DM, a private message in Discord, and I will let you have the code for the game, which is coming up in the next spin, which is here. Here we go. So we're now going to spin for the game. Whatever this lands on will be your game. Here we go. Ready, steady. No, because I'm not in the wheel, the proper one with the game. Here we are. Douche. Oh, this is the music. I love it. Where's it gonna stop? Desert Law leaves the journal. I wonder what kind of game. They would like. It's Goody leaves the journey. Right. So, Dragon EMA. If Dragon EMA is no longer in the chat, they probably won't get their game either. Because if you don't tap me up on Discord, after 5 days, I think I said the setup. Oh, we've still got the members only text on the right hand side. Rokk, you're useless. You lump of loose uselessness. There it goes. Yes, Dragon EMA. If you don't flag me on Discord, the games will go back in the pot after 5 days. So there you go. Either way, it's more for the rest of you. So that's all awesome, isn't it? Let's go back to welcome. There we are. Bit of music going on as well. Thank you so much, guys. When I end this, it's a test. I don't know that I've never tried it before. When I end, it should take you straight to William. Now, of course, you don't need to stay. Primo did this the other day, and it didn't send me anywhere, so I'm not sure how it works. But we'll have a go. Primo's enjoying Spider-Man. Had to get a new controller. Yeah, do you know, that's a major problem with the PlayStation Cloud setup, even their local stream. So with all the others, I can use any controller I want, but Sony insist on it being a PlayStation controller. I think that's quite bad, actually. You know, if you've taken out a subscription for the PC service, you know, you are unlikely to have a PlayStation controller when they insist on that. I think that's pretty rum form, as they would say in the old days. Right, I think that's going to do us, folks. Thank you so much for this Monday stream. Tomorrow, of course, is Rokk Show. Yeah, see, Barclay for his PS Premium bought his first PS controller. Yeah, I mean, I know why they're doing it, but it's just profiteering. Don't do it, guys. You know, Sony were the last to allow cross-platform gaming. They've dragged their feet kicking and screaming over cloud. They do things like this. It's kind of Apple world. You know, it's like, no, it's our game. You play with our ball. No, don't do that. Come on. We can all play together. Thanks, Rokk. Great stream. Thank you, Curly. I appreciate that, my friend. And Rokk, you can't even use a PS. Yeah, you can't even choose the latest controller. You're right, Ant. Miles Morales. Love it. I loved all the Spider-Man games on PS. Guys, thank you so much. Fantastic show. I love it when you guys turn up and make my day. Make my day, punks. Tomorrow, Rokk Show with Ray, David, and William. I don't know about John. John will need to get in touch and let me know if you're watching, John. Let me know if you're in, you're out, you're shaking it all about, whatever's going down. You are more than welcome, my friend, but I know that your workload, etc. these days makes it very, very hard. I'm just going to cancel the stream so I don't have to do it again tomorrow. So don't worry if it tells you in Streamlabs that it has ended. There you go. That's all good. Right, let's get out of here. I don't know what I've got for my dinner. I've been eating little bits of chicken all day. Just, you know, not too much. Just little bits of chicken. I'm desperate. I've lost £6, I think, since after Christmas. I want to lose another 6, and then I'll be back to my happy weight. So that's all good. You have to buy a dongle for the PS4 control. It's ridiculous to work with the app, says Geek. Take care, folks. Yeah, you guys take care. I'm going to send you over to Rokk clocking out. Thanks, Demi. Bless you. And see you guys tomorrow. Take care.